Alright, you got the comment ready? Because last time I forgot.
Yeah, no, it's up there. It's ready to go.
Did you see the comment of someone being surprised you have a girlfriend?
Yes, I did see the highly offensive comment when someone was surprised.
I don't think it was that highly offensive. But...
Well, I mean, I have a girlfriend. What's so surprising about that? She's great.
Really?
Yeah, she's amazing.
Well, what's her name?
Been going... Deb.
Debrosa.
Debrosa.
Debrosa?
It's
is it Deborah from Dragon Ball Z? Or
no, it's Norwegian. She's from Norwegian.
No, okay, Deborah.
Deborah, yeah. Well, I just call her D.
D.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should. We should get on with the.
Wait. We need to get a few more facts before we go.
I don't think.
What does she do?
She is
You have to make that point. It's a she. I think I've got that.
She is a soccer ball.
She's a soccer ball.
She is a soccer ball designer.
She's a soccer ball designer in a country where.
Look, just piss off! I have a girlfriend. She's real. She's fucking real. I believe she's real. I can't believe. Okay, I made it up, but
I know.
Hello and welcome to NPCs of Wildemount, reviewing episode 6 of Critical Role 2, or this new campaign, the new story arc, Critical Role 2 works.
I don't have anything to finger up on the screen.
Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying your day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and thanks for coming to watch us nerd out, which is what we do.
And try and review a show that we love.
Yeah.
We're still saying trying. Because we fumble through, but we enjoy it. We take it from watching a program like The Flash or something like that. We're not over-analysing, overthinking it. We're just watching it. Yeah.
And it's quite cool because now we get viewers on this thing that will, give us information that we didn't have or point out how blatantly wrong we are.
We call them the We're Wrong Squad.
That's what we call them.
I'm not hashtagging that.
But you can if you're in the comment section below. Anyway,
every time we get a fact wrong, just go hashtag you're wrong.
Yeah, there we go. Alright. We keep creating
We're going to get quite a lot of those.
Probably. Unless we don't. Hashtag we're wrong. Haha. It's a logical
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. It all starts... Oh, Jesus, I just realised I don't have my notes up on this
Anyway, it starts actually with Molly talking about
why he's on the run.
Yeah, why he's on the run and the history behind the powers, really, that Molly has. And the fact that the blade kind of comes from blood of his relatives. Yeah,
these terrifying... Well,
he's a blood hunter, so it makes sense.
This is kind of... There is some combat in this episode, but it's only about... I don't know, 40, 50 minutes of the entire thing, which is a 4-hour, episode. So there's actually quite a decent amount of roleplay, but to be fair, not a lot plot-wise really happens. Yeah,
a
few things do.
They kind of go shopping for a bit, but they kind of... Because they've kind of rested up for the past episode, so now they're kind of going through the town, getting information about what the next step is, and also preparing for the next step. And the town's not really in a situation to help them. No. So they kind of fumble through. They get more information from Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce, returning NPC from Wildemount. It's also Molly does just while we were on that mentions that his family had been killed by these creepy cultists, and they had stolen the weapons and of the cultists and gotten away with it. Ford asks if you're still on the run. Are they still hunting you? And Molly says, I don't know, I was a kid, I don't really remember it too much. But a little bit of backstory from Molly.
We're bound to find out as the campaign progresses.
Yes, I think the cultists will probably tie in something quite important. Yeah.
And cultists are a big deal in this one.
Yeah. Okay, so essentially they deliberate for a good 10, 15 minutes.
No, that's it. They meet a meat man as well. These are very
Not
interesting.
The meat man, but...
He's a meat man.
Meat man, yeah.
He sells meat.
Yeah, like you.
I don't... Oh, yeah.
Did she just forget that you run an entire business?
Let's not... A lot of people frown against that.
Okay, alright. So they deliberate for about 15 minutes game time and come to the decision to go downstairs. And then they do.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, kind of summing up this one, they kind of go explore, get information, and find out the track to go to basically hunt the Knolls down and work out a bit of reward if they do so, which turns out to be more Knoll ears. Yeah, so
again, the Crown's Guard wants proof that the Knolls have been killed, and the ear seems to do that. They're offering 30 gold pieces an ear, which to a level 2 party, that's a decent amount of gold.
And also taking into account they had sent scouts to follow these Knolls as well, the Crown's Guard, and they haven't returned. Yeah. So it doesn't look like they have high hopes they'll be successful, and they're understaffed. The town is basically collapsing. Yeah. So this is the kind of the party's hero's journey, you could say, of just trying to save the day.
Now, there's a lot of conversation with NPCs in this episode, and Matt
NPCs,
and
the game.
Yeah.
With NPCs,
with the NPCs of Wildemount. But these are also NPCs of Wildemount, but not us.
They're in Wildemount.
And
we're NPCs of, they're NPCs in.
We also did the same hand.
I know,
that was weird.
Let's have that moment.
Yeah, it's just, I want to make that a GIF, but I don't know how, because I'm not technically able. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So,
NPCs.
Matt, there's a lot of interaction with NPCs, which is great in this episode. But Matt kind of just lets slip a couple of names in passing of places, and I'm trying my best to write them all down so that, we get an idea of what's around this area. Blade Garden was one that I don't think has come up before. He mentioned that briefly in passing, and I thought, oh, okay, I wrote that down. Zadash obviously has been mentioned several times.
Yeah, we've still got the map, so we've got places on there that we can go off.
Yeah.
But until we get a really big detailed map, which I'm pretty sure Matt's got.
Yeah.
But you can't release it until we kind of reach that point to release it. So it's interesting hearing these things and whether they're going to be a very iconic place or not.
And we also learned the names of the Bufferow creatures that were around in the last couple of episodes. That was Valleyurix.
Bufferow.
Valeriux.
Bufferow.
Very loud urine. What?
And that brings us to the team name of this week. They're called the Bufferows.
The Bufferows.
Because they make a joke there. Because Laura said Buffalo, and then Liam or Caleb goes, "What's a Bufferow?"
It's okay. It's just.
They're called the Bufferows.
Anyway, they get down into the city, which is still burnt, and the centre of the city is burnt, demolished, destroyed from the attack of the Knolls and such. There are NPCs making their way out with whatever possessions they manage to salvage, and yeah, it's a city in ruin. But they talk to Bryce.
Yeah, they talk to Bryce, get information, that's when they become the deal. And then essentially they do a bunch of planning and kind of head off.
Yeah.
Nothing too kind of... Oh, they buy some incense because they still need to try and convert
Regents for casting, there's more spellcasters here. Now, Jester offers to help out an innkeeper, Knoll, or whatever his name is, Kroot, and essentially says, we'll help you in the kitchen. Then she goes and says, I'm going to use sleight of hand to swap the salt with the sugar for salt. And Molly goes, I want to roll to see if he asked the DM, can I roll to see if I see this? It was something that I wanted to bring up and ask you what your opinions are on when a player wants to do something secret away from the party. Very often the other players will go, can I roll to see that happen?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good thing because this character intends to do something in private?
Like, if we think about in the real world, if you're seeing a person kind of go off to your side while you're having a conversation there, you often notice on the side of your eye if they do something odd or obscure or different. Yeah. So I guess it will come down as if that person is kind of looking in that direction in the peripheral, they will be able to see that kind of thing. Yeah, I probably could let it go. Yeah. But if it was kind of like your back was like the other way.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you didn't know they were up to anything, like Jester was just in the kitchen helping out. Yeah. I don't know how I feel as a DM of the players.
In this situation, because Jester's in there, would Molly have any kind of sight whatsoever what Jester was doing?
He might, but then he wouldn't be like actively checking everything she kind of did.
Yeah, but it's about the corner of the eye kind of thing.
Okay, I can see that. It's just as a DM,
it's a hard one.
Yeah, as a DM, I want to give the players their moment when they want to do something. Like when you got the potion from Estes, like that was a great moment, and I was happy that no one else saw it because it was really important.
Well, I was in a vision kind of thing. No one could.
Yeah, no, but that kind of stuff. Like if a player wants to do something that's important to them, I feel like as a DM, you should let the other players.
But you also want to add into the fact of it's part of two characters interacting is seeing another character not do something honest or different, or being another character seeing that happen but holding that information and then bringing up later for a different character moment, because that can be more than just them having a moment.
So I think it's going to come down to a case by case basis, but I think as a DM, if you want to quell those roles and say no, you cannot, you weren't paying attention to what they were doing, you have no reason to go investigate that, and you want to let them have their moment, I think you can do that.
Yeah. I think you can, but you have to look at it from a player's character point of view. if you're a very observant character, if you notice certain things that other people don't, you may want to consider that instead of just saying it's just these two in this scene.
Yeah, no, that sounds.
It's a hard one.
It is.
But it's
case by case, isn't it?
And in this situation,
Yeah. Anyway, back to Critical Role, they meet Thaddeus, who, oh my god, Matt, your voice for Thaddeus is incredible. I'm not going to try and emulate it.
I've noticed in this episode, Matt, I think, is trying more to make more iconic characters and voices.
Yes.
It feels that way.
Yes.
He's like, it's been this far, and if you look back on all the NPCs that have been known so far in this campaign, you probably could only really remember two, and that's the little Toya, and
Bryce.
No, the Fiend.
Oh yeah, the Devil Toad.
The Devil Toad.
Yeah.
But everyone else has kind of been a...
Yeah. So I think you're right, because we had Kroot again in this episode, and he's got a very strong personality.
Sorry,
we were going to do that. Yeah. And we've got Bryce, who's kind of flavourless a little bit in terms of he's not wildly this way or that way. He's just kind of like your standard NPC.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we've got Thaddeus, who's just wonderful, and the chat loved him as well. Because I was watching that. Brown Bar. They finally find out what Brown Barn is. It's a store. They weren't sure if that was a place or a store. So.
I thought it was a barn. It wasn't. Oh, maybe it was.
It could be like...
It's a barn.
What's the one in America? Barn something?
Barnes and Noble?
No.
That's a bookshop.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Anyway, they also find the city is built on a crossroads. This is when they find the gnome, the
politician,
the pissed off gnome politician. Yeah, exactly. So they go to this little place where there's a huddle of townsfolk and Crownsguard having some kind of argument.
Basically, the Crownsguard can't bring in reinforcements for a couple of days. The politician, gnomish dude, he's kind of pissed off. I say gnomish dude, he is a gnome.
He is a gnome, yeah.
But there's a bit of disagreement, not disagreement, it's the fact of they're fed up with the town being raided all the damn time.
Yeah, which is fair.
But there's not really nothing the Crownsguard can do. They're out of resources, they're out of troops, and they're kind of just trying to hold everything together.
And I thought it was quite hilarious having a gnome like really like worked up and like throwing his weight around and trying to be all intimidating, remembering that he's like this tall, and then he storms off with his little legs.
Well, height doesn't matter.
No, it's true.
Stop being racist.
Racist.
You're racist against gnomes right now because you're like, oh, look how cute the gnome is. Oh.
If you're a gnome,
can you imagine going to Scanlan and doing that?
No,
exactly.
He'd fucking old person me, and then he'd just kick me in the balls with his cube cock. Anyway,
gnome racist.
Anyway, gnome racist. Hashtag gnome racist.
No, we're not hashtagging racism.
Stop gnome racism.
Yeah, stop gnome racism.
Alright, that works.
There's too much hate in the world.
Yeah.
And
hashtag save net neutrality.
Even in the non-existent world.
Also, now I think that Molly and Jester are becoming a bit closer now. They kind of playing off each other a little bit more, and of course they're both tieflings. So I think there's going to be that's going to be one of the relationships that evolves. We've already got Knott and Caleb very strong ties together.
I haven't shipped anyone yet.
Yeah,
I don't see the shipping happening anytime soon. I think that all will have those moments of becoming closer to each other as well. Yeah. So I think this was just one of those friendship moments.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I don't mean like in terms of a relationship. I just mean
you're already planning the children, aren't you?
Yeah, the Delilah and
what's like lavender mixed with blue? What color do you get with that?
Indigo, maybe. The Indigo Girls.
Yeah, indigo. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, derailed.
Yeah.
$30, 30 gold per Knoll ear. That's pretty good for a level 2 party. Now this is cool because it's a quest. I think the way Matt is setting up Wildemount, or where we are currently, is very much in that the adventurers have not been locked into the life of slaying great demons and such. What they're really trying to do individually is create a life for themselves. They want money for this. They want purpose. They want a place called home. Which I think is a great kind of quest to give early on in the campaign, because it really gets them thinking about what their motivations are.
Yeah, so basically they're trying to just find a place in the world like most people try and do.
Yeah.
And I think this is their way of kind of unifying as a group and them collectively figuring out where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and currently it's a smaller quest, help a town with some gnolls, and obviously it's going to lead to bigger and better things, but at this point it seems like Matt is kind of going, live a life in this world before we start, saving it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't save the world if you don't care about it.
Hashtag.
No hashtag. We're stopping with the hashtags.
I get excited.
I have to edit it. Stop it. It's okay if I do it because I know I will have to do that. Hashtag. No.
Hashtag no, I like that. Okay, we also find out in a little bit of roleplay and something Jester says in just passing again, but the chat picked up on it, the players picked up on it, was when she's asking about one of the Crown's Guard, I do believe, and she kind of implies, if he's going to a brothel, would I recognise him? And people went, oh my god, Jester's mum ran a brothel.
Or she was.
Or she, but no, because she was only a kid at the time. As we find later, she's talking about being 8 years old. And Matt says, well, you wouldn't really have remembered too much about him because you were 8.
Okay.
But it's hinted at that Jester's mum runs a brothel. So, possible backstory there. Chat went wild on that, and the players kind of said, oh, a little bit more information about Jester.
I think we're getting little nuggets.
Yeah.
We're getting nuggets. And especially when we're on a quest that's not really going to be for anyone in the party in terms of story, this is the most kind of little nuggets we'll get, because we're still getting familiar with the characters.
Then they do some classic roleplay shopping, where they get to interact with NPC store people and buy various things. They're looking for healing potions and the like, all that kind of stuff. Then they try and steal a horse, because they need a horse.
Yeah. They do that.
That's hilarious. They ended up buying a horse for a couple of silver pieces.
Yeah. Because they charmed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more than they needed to pay with the charm spell, but they decided to give him a little bit of a break. Jester says, well, thank you, we definitely won't use it as bait for Knolls. Because that was their plan.
Yeah.
And off they go to try and grab the Knoll, essentially, and kill
There was a lot of planning in this episode, probably most they've done in this campaign so far.
I would agree on that.
And you know how planning goes with this group. It doesn't go to plan.
No, and all the plans go right out the window when a goddamn door is there.
Or one of the party members get drunk.
Yeah, which Not does later on. So, essentially, Caleb sits in the cart and goes blind and perceives, which is just a typical wizard familiar thing to do. If you've got transport, you don't need to be walking, scout around by flying around in circles.
Make use of your time.
Yes, we also hear about Rilway, which is another place. We don't know much more about it other than its name, but it's briefly mentioned.
I'll look at the map. If I find it on the map, I'll point to it.
There we go, alright. Then
I don't know what happened there.
They decide that they're going to try and lure these Knolls out of the place, which looks like the Knolls are from.
Yeah, so they come across these hyenas as well.
Yeah.
So they take out the hyenas, and they kind of pretended to maybe, like they considered making little noises to draw them out.
But actually, Ford uses a brilliant use, actually, of minor illusion to create a small little bunny limping, which I thought was a nice touch, away, so that the hyenas kind of go and try and attack it, find it's an illusion. All hell breaks loose, bow with the staff, there's some fireballs going on from Caleb, which is a cantrip that does a D10 of damage.
I made that way more exciting than it actually was.
Yeah, it was just like kill it. Yeah, Firebolt, if you're trying to pick your cantrips, if you're playing like a level 2, level 1 character and you're trying to pick your cantrips, Firebolt is fantastic. Range of 120 feet, 1d8 of fire, 1d10 of fire damage at low level, and just as many times as you want.
And fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks, and you can light torches. It's a really useful cantrip. But anyway, they kill the hyenas and find the entrance, or they find a barricade.
Yeah.
And beyond that, they find an entrance.
Yes. And Not decides to get drunk.
Yeah.
As they do.
From the platinum flask.
Yeah. And decides to be the brave one.
Yeah.
And kind of go ahead of the party. Because rogue, stealth.
They generally are the flagship kind of leader point.
So he kind of scouts ahead and it goes wrong.
I don't know exactly what happened, but the next thing on my note is I love how superstitious, spelled wrong, Laura is about dice. I think she mentions...
Okay, what's your next in the story of the game?
Covered tracks, question mark. Who did that, question mark. They find a barricade, full stop. Hyenas, spelt wrong. As guards, also spelt wrong. Comma.
So it's not really notes, it's just a whole bunch of words stuck together.
Incorrectly spelled, yeah. What if they did the noise to lure the beast, question mark. Out of the cave.
Okay, we'll start with that. Anyway, they come up to two kind of guards that come up and kind of ruin the whole stealthiness going there. They see Not in attack. Then the rest of the party kind of rushes in and they kind of kill the Knolls.
They go into what is like this setting of an altar, and the Knolls are doing weird like ritual cultist kind of stuff. There's like the head Knoll.
Oh, just before that. Sorry, because you jumped ahead. Once the two Knolls are dead, they find two paths, so they decide which path to go down to and kind of loot it. So it's more of a like, here's some guards, take them out, let's move on. They just didn't take them out as kind of efficiently as they probably could.
Actually, what was cool was not rolling a dex save and rolled with disadvantage, but still got a 24. Hey, disadvantage does not always make necessarily a failure.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they go in to find these Knolls, and
they take one of. I can't remember which path they took, the left or the right one.
They took the right.
They took the right.
Yeah. And essentially, they find they've got whetstones, but then Matt actually reveals that they're hearts. They say something which I didn't write down.
What did it say?
It was like he will power the she of the thing.
I didn't write it down either, and I don't remember.
Damn it! I was going to go back and
I was
rewind.
having internet problems.
Yeah.
So I missed a little bit of it.
And I'm just lazy. So I was going to go back and watch it again because I knew I missed it, and I was going to go back and write it down, but I thought, Dave will have it. It's
Put
fine.
it down. They're wrong again, and just correct us.
Thank you, chat people, comment people, we love you.
Please.
Anyway, essentially, the map comes out, so that Matt essentially goes, do you want to see what the room looks like? And they go, hell yeah.
Because they're doing a lot of planning, and I think they've finally taken this seriously about how badly they don't really plan things.
Yeah.
So they saw the map, and they were actually very strategic how they kind of entered the room. So they did have that Knoll priest, and there was that armored dude, which it was the same guy from before, was it? The guy that was that did the 2 shots and walked away from the last episode.
Well, see, I'm trying to answer this question, but
you don't know. I assumed.
Don't spell any words.
I assumed it was that Hogger dude that we talked about last time,
Right.
the big boss dude who was just armored up and stuff.
Yeah.
But I might have to rewatch it to know.
So it's a quite cool little scene. They have this altar, they have all these gnolls that are making like grunting noises and kind of almost chanting, but in Knoll.
It's a very kind of cultist kind of scenario.
Yeah.
So
Candles flickering.
Because there is that mention of that demon thing. It was a name that came up. York? Was it York?
I like that you've got written down fuck ton of candles.
Yeah, because they get a fuck ton of candles. Anyway, so York, or they keep on bringing up this kind of demon dude with a name.
Yeah.
Which I feel like he's going to be the big bad at the end of this whole thing.
Right. Cool.
I think his name's York.
York.
I'll rewatch it just to try and get the spelling right.
And then, okay, cool. Essentially, after a bit of planning and casting spells and stuff, roll initiative ticks out. They get a round of sneak attack, which is great. That means that you don't have to worry about initiative. You can just go in and do some damage before it all kicks off.
Yeah.
Then it does kick off. Or hell breaks loose.
Battle.
File battle. Yeah, I've got some stuff here. Bo rolls a ton of ball bearings, which I thought was great because she'd bought that previously.
And it goes with a name.
Yeah, nice way to...
Beauregard that. I don't know. Dude, you looked at me for something. I mean, you can't face palm that. You looked at me for something.
2 people liked my tweet from D20 Multiverse account. Hey, everyone...
Was it you? Doesn't count that.
No.
Who was it then?
Julnies.
Man does improv for a living. He has a show. Good headliners versus the headliners. He's the host with improv.
You can imagine how that goes. Every fortnight at the Scruffy Bunny Improv Theatre.
In Wellington.
In Wellington, yeah, come along. If you're
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. That wasn't me, so it was alright. Anyway, Travis, still pumping out damage, even though he's not playing, a Goliath Barbarian. He does like 15 points of damage in an attack. Then
He did roll
points.
the wrong dice once.
Yeah, he rolled a D10.
He did D12 when he was supposed to
D10.
D10.
Because Great Axe, double-handed, Barbarian.
But to be honest, I mean, we don't go too far into the battle, but for me personally, I think the battle went well. I think they knew what they were doing, and it felt for the first time they kind of were now using their strengths to the best of their advantage.
And I would like to just give MVP of this week to Not. Bling!
We don't do what? To encourage alcoholism?
No, I just think that Not is kind of coming along as a character that's going to throw a little bit of, spice into the party.
Yeah.
Going to not mess things up, but juice things.
Oh, and to go into my werewolf watch, he turns to Caleb and says, "Are you going to do your thing?"
Right.
And he's like, if you don't do your thing, I'll do my thing.
I would just like to point out, if you're not a regular watcher of the show, he's got a theory that Caleb is a lycanthrope, a werewolf, and his Caleb watch is essentially him looking for clues to prove that theory.
And under this theory, I think he can turn into a werewolf when he wants to.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
Because
not just triggered by the moon.
You wouldn't turn to someone and say, "Can you do your thing?"
No, because
unless they can control
a choice. Interesting. But yeah, my MVP for this week is Not. Great roleplay in terms of sticking to what the character would do, but also doing some cool decisions in combat to really, I think Not is really embracing the role. I think they all are really, but Not is really embracing the role of the rogue.
Yeah, and we're starting to feel that. I think this is the first time I actually felt they did a battle well. I mean, it's not perfect, but no one fell.
Yeah.
Which is a plus.
Yeah.
That's someone's always fallen.
Yeah.
They took a lot of hits, but there are a few things they can improve. Just like if you watch a sports game and they win, and you're like, there's a few things you could do better.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that was probably the best battle they've had so far.
Yeah, and something that I noted down was, because we're only 6 episodes into this, the fan art is really helping me visualise the characters and the party. Because, you know, after Vox Machina, after about 50 episodes, you do have in your head what you think they look like. With this, it's a bit more different, but I love the fan art. I mean, Critters are amazing artists. I don't know how you guys...
And on that note, actually...
Oh yeah, well, you might as well do the thing.
Yeah, so on that note, because we're not very good with editing, or being creative in terms of drawing.
It's amazing we have a YouTube channel at all, to be fair.
We only do it because...
we have nothing else going on.
We say that everything, and it's true. Anyway, if you're out there, you're watching, and you are creative, and you want to send us some stuff to use in the actual videos, because that will really help us out, send it to d20multiverse@gmail.com. Just with your permission to use the art, and we'll just use it exclusively for NPCs, just to make it a little bit interesting, sort of using the official Geek and Sundry art. It'll be cool, and obviously you'll get credit for it. So every time it'll pop up, and we'll also leave a description down below to whatever you have online.
And I promise, and this is a promise on channel, on video, you know, you call me out if I don't do this, but I promise that if you submit some art and we use it, I will give you a personalised compliment on your artwork.
It's not worth as much as you think.
Anyway, the battle ends. They manage to kill the Knolls. Not gets the how do you want to do this?
Yep.
Which is cool. MVP. Anyway, that's that. They go and find a chest. Not checks for traps. Rogue.
They kind of do the classic kind of word, like, search everything.
Yeah, they get a greater healing potion, which greater healing potion at level 3. Pretty damn good.
Yep, I think Matt threw that in based on, like, the fact that they've got another battle ahead because of the priest and the main armoured guy leaving. Yep. So it'll be interesting.
Yep. You guys know, if you play computer games, you walk into a room full of health, armour, and not much else.
You're going for a boss battle.
Yeah, so that's kind of what he's doing there, we believe. Then we hear this deep, resonant growl echoing through the cabin. And followed by a female scream of, "No, my baby!"
Which I think it's her baby that she's referring to, not like a dog, like a little pet dog.
Yeah, no, it sounds like there's some kind of ritual. This is me theorizing that the killing of the thing is for some ritual of some kind.
To bring that guy, we can't remember the name of. I think it's Urok.
We'll go with Urok. They'll correct us.
I will correct it in editing. I'll put it up.
Well, I have a pinata.
Shut up.
Pinata.
Go.
Anyway, that is essentially where the episode ends. Great stuff in terms of meeting some NPCs, getting to know a little bit more about the characters. Again, we kind of are getting just a little bit more each episode. Yeah. It's slowly building. Thank you guys for the fan art, for helping me visualize this stuff. I've got the idea. I can't remember which picture it was, but Ford is this like angular blonde.
I think every artist has got their own interpretation for it, but there's a very if you line up all the character fan art of certain characters, you can notice what sticks between like all of them. So it'll be interesting going for, especially NPCs. I think the one thing that we're missing right now is probably some really good NPC art, mainly because there's not really any notable NPCs that have come up yet, apart from
Plus, as artists, we're all pretty excited about the characters.
Yeah, and it's good for us because we don't have any artistical ability, so that's pretty much the only thing we get as Twitter for us to visualize it.
My brother and sister got all the artistic talent in the family. I can't draw a stick figure. Actually, no, I can draw a stick figure, because I remember when I was a kid, I used to draw the same exact
Anyway,
stick.
next week on Critical Role, they have a guest, which will be really, really interesting. We'll mention his name next week.
Okay, alright. I didn't know that, so I'm just going to roll with it.
They said it at the end, so they got a guest who's a big fan of the show and also good friends with the cast. So we'll talk about it more in depth next week.
First guest character of Campaign 2. Yes. Very, very exciting. That is essentially our review and recap. We talked about a lot of stuff here today. I feel like I'm
we kind of went all over the place, so thanks for sticking with us as long as you have.
If you have. You might have turned this off and now you're just watching.
Maybe. But thanks everyone that has subscribed. We've actually got a bit of a plan for once we hit 500. It's still in the early days of planning, but we're rather excited. It's going to be very different and something we've been talking about for a while. So
yes, there are meetings going on behind off camera, and
different cameras being used.
Yeah, ideas being thrown around, experts being brought in.
Yes.
So yeah, if we hit 500 subscribers, we're hoping to release a secret little project that will be working.
And we may do more of them if people like it.
And remember, if you like this and want to correct us on the 10 billion things we just said that were wrong, which I'm sure there's probably a few of, comment down below, or if you just want to get at us or hassle me about, yes, I do really have a girlfriend, thank you very much, yes, please do, because it's fun, and that's why we love doing this channel.
And subscribe, comment, do all the stuff. If you want to support us, we've got merch and all that stuff downstairs, down the description.
Yeah. Otherwise, just keep watching our stuff, and
because we'll keep on making it regardless of how many people watch.
Because we've got.
But it helps if you do.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Goodbye. Good night. Good evening. Good morning. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Arigato gozaimasu. Dankeschön. El mundo es un vampiro.
You know, I'd rather sit in the rain than listen to you. And it's raining.
I have to go out in this as well to see Black Panther.
I'm going with you.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got a car.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, have you got the comment ready? Have you seen the comment of you or someone being surprised you have a girlfriend?
I did see that, yeah. Someone's like, oh, Ollie has a girlfriend. I can't believe this shit. I mean, it's not that surprising, really. She's cool. She's real cool.
What's her name? I've lived with you and I don't recall seeing anyone.
Slendria.
Her name is Slendria. What does she do?
Topical research.
Topical research. So her name's Slendria.
Sorry, I broke. Sorry.
Oh,
Start again.
we have to punchline it before we break.
Yeah.